Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you? So, look, I want to talk about being single. I remember long ago, wasn't that long ago, but because I ain't that old, but I had a cousin that got married early in life, and she used to be like, or one time she said to me, um, well, such and such is getting married, and she was already married. She was like, so when are you gonna get married? Like it was a big thing, and like it was some type of race. I thought that was like really, 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 um, for lack of better words, dumb. Like now we're having so it's a race for people to get married, and I realized, and then I watched this video tonight, and or a clip of a video, and it was this woman talking about uh, pick, uh, pick me, pick me shirt, something weird, and I thought to myself like, so it's the way she was talking about things, about the order of things and everything, and I don't have nothing against um, men and women being together because I'm an advocate for that, for to normalize um, heterosexual relationships, number one, and people being together, husband and wives, and all that good stuff. But she was like the person that the girl wasn't going to be successful because she didn't want to be with the girl wasn't going to be successful because she wasn't going to be with a man or whatever, and because the girl wasn't thinking about being in a relationship, and I thought that was very off. um, and I mean, first off, I think society has it. I know society has it all screwed up. Okay, your value is not supposed to come from being with a man, and a man, his value is not. Be quiet and sit down. His value is not from being with a woman. He's supposed to be valuable before he gets into the relationship. What is being married to someone or being with someone if none of you are bringing nothing to the table? And being a helpmate, and doing woman duties is, to me, is way more than that, involved in a relationship. So I just thought, she said something about pygmies or something. So I just thought that was quite interesting. I personally don't believe in that. I think it's okay to be single. Okay. I'm telling you, I think that it's great to be single. If you've been in some stuff like me in some toxic relationships, being single sounds pretty nice. Okay. I'd rather be single than be with someone that's going to be lying to me. I'd rather be single than to get into a relationship after being in another relationship that was damaging and take that toxicity and those insecurities into the next relationship. Okay. Um, People, a lot of times, they're in relationships and then they're moving on to the next so fast because they are not doing what it takes or what's required to do the work to make that relationship work. Okay. um, I actually am pretty good with talking to people um, that are in relationships and discussing on what they can do in order to, um, work on things like, for instance, men, if they feel insecure, they feel like their woman, and this might go into what the lady was talking about, but if they feel like they're in a situation, well, first of all, let me back up. The term is that someone taught me is trauma bonding. Okay. A lot of people are getting into the wrong relationships anyways because of trauma bonding. They got together because we all went through some stuff together, right? Or you have been through, had a bad background, had some bad stuff going on, and I had this happen over here, so we come together and we two broken individuals, and then the relationship's a mess. So that is a very, very big issue. Getting into toxic or getting into toxic relationships because of your past history. So me, I was discussing with some folks about their stuff, and I'm like, what you have to do with self love is it right about now. People. that are there people that are talking about self-love, and you got some people that's talking about being in relationships. And I believe that they both, you want both. You want to heal and love yourself so you can love the other person, because you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. How you gonna be in a loving relationship? You go, that's that strifeful person that's constantly arguing, want to fight with whomever they want to, whoever they're with. So if you don't love yourself, you cannot be good for your partner, period. You can't be good for your partner if you don't love yourself. um, and you're going to, it's like when there's a mold on the fruit, it's just going to permeate onto the rest of the fruit if you don't remove that messed up piece of fruit. And that's what that is when you have someone toxic and they come and they infiltrate the whole situation, so pretty much saying people got to heal before they try to be worried about just being in relationships. Being married is not it. Now, I understand some women are overly independent, as one may say, like they don't feel like they don't need a man for anything. Now, some women have been put in that predicament to where they feel that way. I can personally say that. I'm not going to wait for a partner, for my partner to stop doing what he's doing, whether it's cheating or whatever it may be. I'm not going to stop my life, and I got children too. I'm not about to stop what I got going to try to make something work with some man. I can't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? While that man is out cheating and will drag you through some things and do not care about what you or the children are going through. There's situations like that. So why would I sit there and be worried about being, look, how can a man uh how can I weigh, I don't know, that's not the word I want to use, weigh my value, but how can that man um scale, be scalable, or how can he scale what my value is when he's out there doing these type of things? And women too. I'm not saying this just against men. Women do the same thing. But one thing I do know is that women go through a lot, and um, everything in society, and which is what they've tried to keep it even right now to this day. Only if y'all really truly knew what was going on behind everything, you will understand that right now the woman needs to be lifted up more than anything right about now. Because if you understood that this is really happening to keep the male dominant society, they don't care. They're doing this to keep male dominant. If you understood spiritually on a higher level what is going on, this is about keeping a man dominated society. That is 1,000,000% of what's happened. Y'all have no idea. I'm telling you, they want to keep a male dominated society and keep putting women down. And so even in the industry, the music industry, I don't want to cut too much over, but these songs and these tracks and these things they put out, these songs and stuff, it has to be approved from the ARs and all the people that's involved in the inside, right? These songs is still, if you understand the whole complex of how all this works. Some people that are advanced and understand how the complex of all this works, the music is still downgrading the women, and they're allowing that music to be pushed so that can infiltrate into the masses of people and still keep the women down. If they really care, they wouldn't even be allowing this music to be published. That might be a whole other story, but again, and then of course our women, melanated women, they fall for the trap and they sitting here singing these woes, putting spells on themselves by singing these songs. That's why I'm gonna do a video on that on my other channel. But singing these songs and whatever, whatnot, and keeping themselves in a lower vibration, subconsciously destroying themselves and keeping them of a lower value, valuating themselves lower just by the words and the terms that come out of their mouth. Anyways, I kind of want to leave it there. Being single is not a bad thing, is what I'm basically saying. Self-love is very important. It's nothing worse than two toxic people coming together. I've seen it. It's very hurtful. It hurts. It destroys families. It destroys future generations. People need to heal themselves, heal their DNA, and then talk about being married. Because then you got to deal with counseling and everything else after that. So, anyways, that's my take on this all. Have a good one. If you like what you've seen, like, share, subscribe, you guys. All right. I need the numbers up.